Yes, sir. This is My Life Story 702. I want to say thank you for all the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe button. Please stay tuned in for more up and coming videos. I want to say hit that Cash App if you can at Jeremiah Leo 29, and let's keep it going, man. I appreciate all everybody that's been supporting the channel, and we out. Yes, sir.
My guest has helped countless celebrities and regular people to examine their problem. And I have with me the one, the only, Dr. Drew. At one time I smoked pot. You ever smoke pot?
Yeah.
Oh, good. What kind of? No. Okay.
But I didn't like
No.
it. I think it gave me panic attacks.
It gave me that too.
So-
I would get high on pot and I couldn't function around people because I wasn't for sure how I sound, how I looked.
You have social anxiety for pot.
I would be on the way to the club with my friends, and they would pass the joint. I'm like, you don't want to give it to me because
I'll ruin the night.
Right, and I would tell them that, so they would pass it to me. By the time we get to the club, I could not go in. And they get angry and have to take me back home.
Yeah.
What do you think of the backlash that Kanye gets from the black community? Because in the black community, I don't know if you know this, you're not allowed to be an individual. You must be on the plantation.
Well, that's what Candace Owens keeps saying, and I like that. I like that she's saying, think for yourself, think for yourself, think for yourself. Just think for yourself. Well, that's what Kanye was saying, was think for yourself. But
you're not allowed to do that. I've been called Uncle Tom, sellout, the N-word. I've been called the N-word so many times. I'm thinking of changing my middle name from Jesse Lee Peterson to Jesse N. Peterson.
Yeah, that speak. Whoops, I'm sorry. Somebody's ringing my phone.
That's your wife?
Yeah.
Your wife calling?
No.
About to say beta.
We'll
Blacks didn't have that hatred when they were growing. When I was growing, they were more religious. They got married. They had their children under the umbrella of marriage. They knew not to hate because there's, even with the Jim Crow laws, you know what they told us?
Yeah.
All white people are not for the Jim Crow laws. This is the government. They made it known to us all white people were not for that. And so they didn't encourage us to hate, they encouraged us to love.
You should have hated it.
No. You see what's wrong, you speak up against it, but don't hate it, because when you hate it, it overtakes you.
Do you ever read
a philosopher?
Do you ever read a philosopher named Epictetus?
No. Was he black?
Well, he is now. because you're speaking his tongue. He's a famous Stoic philosopher.
But he had no hate, and he did very well in life.
I don't think Martin Luther King had hate.
No.
I don't think he did.
He did not. Isn't that amazing?
He had a middle-aged white guy thing.
But see, I want you to stop that.
I will.
Because the truth has no color.
I will.
And white people have been afraid to tell black people the truth. So if you see your fellow man hurting, or woman hurting, you tell them the truth because you want them to get over it, and only the truth can make you free. And so white people shouldn't be saying, oh, I can't do it because I'm white. Black people, those who don't want to hear the truth, they don't want to hear from me either. I got to ask President Trump, listening to you and watching you, I know you are a Trumpster.
No, I'm agnostic. I am literally agnostic.
No,
I'm
don't
not.
tell me this.
I'm not a Trumpster. I'm really not.
Do not tell me this.
It's true. Because
How can you not be a Trumpster?
Because I don't. Because history is too complicated for me. when I saw him coming on, I did a bunch of shows on HLN, and I was confused. I wasn't horrified. I was just like, what are you guys seeing? What is this you think you're doing here? And I think what I heard was, we're sending in a little dynamite.
That's right.
And I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I just don't know if he's the right guy or not. I just don't know. I know that my favorite president was a maniac, Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, I thought you meant Obama.
No, I liked Obama too. I voted him in. But I like.
Don't tell me that either.
I did.
Okay, go ahead.
I worry about them trying to kick somebody out of office. I think it's terribly destabilizing to our country. Yeah. That's a mistake. But is this the right guy or the wrong guy? He scares me sometimes, but maybe that's what we need right now to do that. I don't know. I just don't know.
Take my word.
Well,
he's the right guy.
Well, is he going to stay in there?
Yes.
Okay.
They can't handle him.
See, you know what's funny? I look for people to make me feel better because it's very upsetting. The whole thing is upsetting. He's upsetting. You know what I mean? And that's what people are reacting to.
Yeah. When Trump first announced that he was running, and he said, "I'm going to build a big, beautiful wall around the borders. I'm going to bring back jobs. I'm going to get rid of these restrictions. I'm going to protect you. I said right then, yes, there is a God. And I knew he would become president. And I've been on cloud nine. I went to cloud nine, and I've been dancing on the ceiling ever since.
Well, I'm
oh,
glad.
what a feeling.
I'm good. I'm good. I've learned to trust you, so
Yeah.
I'm going to go with your sort of feeling about it. I am agnostic. I'm agnostic because I'm way in the middle on everything.
Well-
I get upset about stuff that hurts people. I'm upset about the homeless thing. Really upset about that.
You know, I don't get upset about anything. I just see injustice.
Well,
and
remember I
deal
told
with
you
it.
I'm too emotional.
Yeah, I gotta help you
So
overcome
I
it.
really get.
Call me later. Okay. My final and last question. Did you have fun?
I did.
I
I did, and it's everything I thought I would get. I got something from you a lot.
Amazing.
Yeah, a lot.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for that. We on? Amazing. Welcome to the Father State YouTube Live. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Apologize for the late start, but we are black, and black people are late. David, thank you for coming.
I can't believe I'm here.
I know, it's amazing.
Last time we didn't end well. You
I
remember?
know. Right.
Do you remember?
I remember I had to kick you off my show.
You kicked me off. You said, I'd never have that idiot back on my show.
Yeah.
You called me a girly man.
Yeah.
What changed your mind about having me back after the ban?
My producer. Just because I fight with you doesn't mean I don't love you.
Okay.
Yeah, you love me?
I don't really know you.
Do you have to know me to love me?
I have a general love for all people, but I don't know you.
But do you need to know me to love me?
Sometimes you will admit a question can be sort of, it's like, when did you stop beating your wife, right? Like, not every question is fair.
I don't, maybe.
Well, maybe you beat your wife, I don't know, but and that would be an
You
example.
never beat your wife?
I'm not married.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, wait until you get married. You are a progressive, right? Not a liberal.
I don't know. I don't know what we gain from talking
Would
about
you
that.
consider yourself progressive?
I want to see progress.
And one of the reasons I'm concerned about you being a progressive is that
Me specifically or all progressives?
all men.
Men, only men.
Only men.
Progressive women don't concern you.
It's normal for women to be progressive
Interesting.
or liberal, but it's abnormal for a man to be a liberal or progressive. It's a sign of being a beta male.
I didn't know that.
Because real men are conservative, Republican, you know, and strong in
Wow.
nature.
I've definitely moved to the left the more I've become educated about issues.
This is why it's not good to allow children to go to public schools, because they're brainwashing them and
Well, I didn't go to public school.
they're turning them away from their values.
I'm kidding. I did go to public school.
Yeah. Do you date?
I do. It's possible I date men or both, right?
Well, that is possible, but I wouldn't assume that about you.
You didn't assume that then? Okay.
Yeah, unless you tell me.
No.
Do you date men too?
Exclusively women.
Oh. Whew. You like sluts?
I'm sorry?
You
Slut?
like sluts?
I don't know any.
Have you ever slept with a slut?
I don't think so.
Would you date a slut?
It's a pejorative. It's not a term I use.
Amazing. You know what a slut is when you see one?
No.
Well, make sure you watch the slut walk
Okay.
on the Father State. Why don't you date men?
I'm not attracted to men.
Oh, good.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
You do not see anything wrong with it?
With being attracted to men?
Why not?
Why would it be wrong?
Because it's of the same sex, so it's abnormal.
But that's not an argument.
It's a fact. If a woman decides that, oh, you know, I feel like a man, and I want to be a man, and she goes to a doctor, rushes down the road to a doctor's office,
Yep.
he take off her female body parts and attach male body parts to them,
Wow.
to her. Would that make her a male?
Would it make her male or would it make her a man?
Either one. or
Depends
both.
how you define either, right?
All right. Would it make her a man or a male? Would she still be a woman with body part of a man?
I mean, this isn't my area of expertise.
Well, you know right from wrong when you see it, right?
Do I know right from wrong? I don't know. Do I?
You don't know if you know right from wrong?
I think people want to know what's right and what's wrong.
But how about you? Do you know right from wrong?
I feel like I do.
All right. And so if you knew a female who took off her female body parts and attached a male body part to them, would you think, wow, that's a man, or would you still know that's a woman?
Depends on the person, right? Depends what they look like and sort of how they exist
Well, how
in the
about
world.
a woman that you knew her very well? She said, David, you and I are good friends. Today I'm going to become a man.
Okay.
I'm going down to the doctor's office there and have some male body parts attached.
Right.
Would you think that your friend is a woman or a man?
I mean, my reaction would be radical empathy. I would say, oh, wow, that's a major change. Like, what's going on that's making you want to do that? And I would listen to them with empathy.
But would you know it's still a woman, or would you think it's a man? Would
Hard
you
to say.
think it's a man?
Hard to say. I mean, every person's different, right? I don't know what they would be like, what it would be like to be with them.
But what would you think?
I don't
Would
know
you still,
who's
like,
the
I would
person.
still know that that's a woman.
Right.
I don't care how many male body parts she's attached.
Right.
It's still a woman.
Okay.
But would you consider it might be a man? Would you think of it as a man?
Would I think of it as a man?
Right. But would you think of the female as a man?
We'd have to meet.
Would you think it's a man or a woman?
I have no idea.
Amazing.
Oh, do we agree about anything?
Well, it sounds like we don't.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you about Judge Kavanaugh.
Okay.
When the children of the lie tried to take his life,
I'm not familiar with them.
the children of the lie, the liberal media, the Democratic Party, the right-o Republicans, the never-Trumpers, civil rights leaders, all those folks, they are children of the lie.
It's a lot of people.
It is. They have a big family. But when they tried to destroy him, that woman, whatever her name is, when she lied on him, and you saw that the children of the lie tried to destroy this man, his wife, and his children by accusing him of being a rapist and all that, calling him a rapist. Were you disappointed to see the children of the lie acting that way? The only thing she remember is a beer.
That's not
and
true.
So you
she remembered a lot of stuff.
You would have to want to believe her, not to see that she was lying. And plus, she seemed mentally off. You know, like the lights was on, but nobody was home.
You're making assessments of who's mentally off on TV.
She seemed mentally off because she's like, she's like kind of weird. And so whenever I see women like that and men like that, it reminds me.
Men and women like what?
Like just wicked lying. This woman was willing to destroy this man because she didn't agree with his politics. She was being used, I believe, because she kind of out there.
What could she have done during the hearings where you would have said, I believe her?
Has she gone there and said, you know what, the children of the lie are trying to use me, and I see no reason this man should be destroyed, and so I just want you to know not to trust the children of the lie.
Wow.
Or has she brought real evidence? But she brought none, zero. But that's how evil the children of the left are. They'll destroy you to get what they want, and that's power and wealth. Would you want someone to falsely to accuse you, and now you and the world has to believe the accuser and not believe you? Or would you rather be
It's funny you mention that.
Innocent until proven guilty?
So there's two different things, right? In our justice system, in our legal system, we have innocence until guilt has been proven.
Right.
There's no question about that. What happened with Dr. Christine Blasey Ford was not part of the justice system, right? This was people like you and me and 100 senators and the public making an assessment of the believability of two different people, right? So nobody, I would say to you, innocence until guilt has been proven is logical if you're looking at putting someone in prison. But this wasn't a criminal trial. You acknowledge that, right?
That's so ridiculous. I don't know what to say about it.
It's just true.
It's interesting how when the children of the lie
No, but
try
saying
to
it's ridiculous
destroy
isn't an
you,
argument.
It's ridiculous.
It's not an argument.
This man was accused. I don't care if it was an innocent man walking down the road. You don't just accuse people. And whatever reason you're going to make up for it doesn't make sense. This woman, she accused this man with no proof, and the children of the lie tried to destroy him.
You know, a lot of people are sexually assaulted and raped, and they don't come forward. And the reason they don't
believe
come...
that. That's a made-up lie, too. If you notice, they say things over and over and over and over and over again, and if you're not paying attention, you find yourself believing in it. But when you really do research, you find out that it's not true. Like they were claiming at one time that there was rape on college campuses was out of control, right? We now found out that that was a lie. And so
How
these
did you
women,
find out it was a lie?
research has proven that. I don't have any with me, but
There's
it's
no
proven
rape
that.
on campuses.
It's not out of control in the manner that they have pretended that it
How
is.
do you define out of control?
It's not happening in the numbers that they say.
What numbers
But the
did they
children
say?
of the lie, I don't have numbers, but the children of the lie say that because they want to deceive you. And then they bring in all this emotion. Oh, I was 30 years ago, I was walking down the road and a man raped me.
We should believe, we should trust and verify all accusers.
So you're not for this thing about a woman can accuse you and she should not be believed.
I am for trust but verify.
Right, but don't believe her just because she said it.
The legal system's got to investigate. If it turns out she lied, of course there should be consequences.
But I'm asking you, should we believe it just because they said it?
We shouldn't disbelieve it because it's such a big thing to come forward and make such an allegation.
And so should they be believed just because they said it?
They shouldn't be written off.
Should they be believed just because they said it?
They should, and then we do an investigation. And
They
if it turns out
should
they
be believed because they said it?
how would you start an investigation if you don't believe them?
I'm not going to assume either way. I'm just going to take your information and check it out to see if it's
You're
true.
going to check it out, but if you didn't believe it, you wouldn't even check it out.
As an individual, should we believe the women just because they said it?
It's a false framing of the question. When you say
Would
just
you
because they
believe
say
it
it,
just because they said it?
I would trust them and I would verify.
But you're not answering the question.
That's the answer.
But I'm
You don't
asking
like the answer.
You don't understand the question?
I think I understand it.
What is it about the question that's difficult for you?
It's the framing of it, because believe means what? I'm not saying on her say-so we put somebody in prison,
No,
right, if you're asking me that.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
I would believe
So,
it enough to
David,
investigate it.
Would you, David Packman, believe it just because she said it?
I liked how you had to check what my last name was there. I would
Would
believe
you-
it enough to investigate it, yeah.
Give me just a yes. I'm black and slow. So give me a simple yes or no. Would you believe it just because they said it?
How else would you find out about it if they didn't say
You're
it?
not answering the question.
This is a
Your
circle.
friends are watching right now.
I hope so.
And they're watching because they thought you were going to kick my butt. So you got to live up to it.
I would believe it because the only way we're going to learn about it is if they say it, and then I'd investigate.
So you would believe it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And if you notice that Barack Obama, the fallen messiah, and Big Mama Michelle, he tried to turn America into a socialist society.
What's one example of a socialist policy that he had?
Free Obama phones.
So how can you?
Is
So
free
hold on a
Obama
second.
phone socialism?
I want to ask a real question.
I'm asking you a real question.
Let me ask you a real. I really want to know this. The arguments against places like Venezuela and Cuba and other so-called socialist countries are that no one has anything, no one can afford anything, there's no technology, there's no food. But you're saying that cell phones for people are socialism?
Yes.
That's your argument?
Yes. Whenever the Democrats want a vote, they need the black votes, they just cry racism. The black people go into a trance.
That was the video. I just want to let y'all know I got more coming, more videos cooking. Let me know if y'all got any ideas in the comment section. Once again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Man, I really do appreciate all the love, just the commenting and just the, coming and watching my videos. That do mean a lot to me and my family. Once again, please hit that Cash App, show love and support. If you want to become a member as well, I appreciate that too. So once again, man, this is My Life Story 702, and we out. Yes, sir.